Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stump back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're opening into Garp's Challenge Revolutionary Army 2 with the new Luffy Sanji and the power of Mono Sai, utilizing a sub Germa. So, with the new release of these new units, I really wanted to take them into the hardest events in the game. Now, I do have a video I haven't put out with the Sweet Generals taking on the Kid Forest. I will get that up at some point, usually Luffy Sanji as a friend. But with Revolutionary Army 2 just being very, very stally and very easy to sort of build up HP and stall out those nasty defects that sort of hang around, utilizing Luffy and Sanji was just, I had to do it, to be honest, because it makes life very, very easy for them, as they are very, very good at stalling, basically. So, on this particular team, we are showcasing Germa as a sub as well. Sorry, the bottom's a bit cut off there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We do have Shanks on this team. Their switch ability to give a 1.5 times attack boost every single time we switch is absolutely amazing. We have Chopper. Chopper's amazing on this team as he removes attack down, paralysis, bind, despair, basically every debuff in the entire game, as well as giving us some healing as well. Finally, we do have Ivankov on the team as well, as their switch ability is amazing for not only removing paralysis, but giving us 20% damage reduction every single turn. And having them and two Luffy Sanjis, just switching with them every turn, removing 3 turns of paralysis is very, very good. We are using the Nostra Costello as well as our ship for this particular team. It works exceptionally well, as not only does it give us quite a large attack boost when we're at low HP, but it actually gives us a 1.7 times attack boost when we're at high HP. And because Luffy Sanji are always sitting around that max HP with their amazing overheal mechanic, it makes it very, very easy to do that. So, on stage 3, we are going to come up against Hack and 3 of the sort of like brawler enemies. This is where we get our first lot of attack down, and this is where using our Chopper special for the first time is very, very good. He does like a 50% or like a big HP cut as well, so we do drop below the our 100% threshold, which does mean that we do lose out on a little bit of our attack multipliers from our Luffy and our Sanji captains, but with the special of Chopper, we can easily get that back up to max HP. And with the switch abilities of Luffy and Sanji giving us guaranteed meat orbs, we can very easily get our attack or our HP back to that high level, so we can take out Hack on the second turn. So make sure you are switching with your Shanks every turn to make sure you get that attack boost, as well as switching with Luffy and Sanji to guarantee those meat orbs, to build up your HP, to keep it nice and high for not only the high attack multipliers, but also so when you use their special, you get a higher attack boost. Now, on the second turn against Hack, we are going to use our Luffy Sanji special, as we don't really need too many specials moving into or upwards of the Morley stage, as we are going to basically stall forever on that particular stage. But on this turn against Hack, we do want to just sort of get as much HP as we possibly can. And as you guys will see there, we're sitting at a comfortable 122k HP. Now with this, the power of this team and that much HP, it's just absurd what you can do. So on the next stage against Ivankov and 2 of the Kama girls, they are going to bind and despair your captains, which can be very annoying. This is where if you make sure that you put Ivankov down the bottom, as your middle and top row actually get special rewinded, this is where you can use their special to remove all of those nasty defects, the bind and despair, by up to 5 turns, as well as getting more healing. This team is just so built around healing, and it just works so ridiculously well. And having that massive attack multiplier from Luffy and Sanji at a 5 times captain for your entire team, it just makes taking out all these particular stages very, very easy. As you can see there, we managed to take out the Karma Girl in the back, as well as Ivankov in the front. And because we do that, the Dex unit is just actually going to run away, which works in our favor, to be honest. It's very, very handy. On the next stage against Sabo and Koala, they are going to give us a full board of negative orbs. They basically do the opposite of what their special does, where they give us 2 turns of every single orb is unmatching. So it's a little bit annoying to get around this stage, as they do also slot seal us. But we can take our time here, and we can take them out on over a series of turns. Unfortunately, they also make recovery orbs unfavorable, which is very, very annoying for someone like Luffy Sanji. But, I mean, look, it is what it is, I guess. So we're just going to have to deal with that. And we're going to have to try and just do as much damage as we possibly can. So what we're actually going to do here, because they don't actually make T&D orbs matching... sorry, I forgot. I did this run a couple of days ago, so I did forget. Because they don't make T&D orbs matching, we're actually going to use our Germa special. Germa's going to give us a full board of T&D orbs. And give us an orb boost. Now, if you use an orb boost on this particular stage, Koala's actually going to remove all your beneficial effects, but it doesn't really matter because she doesn't actually change your orbs at all. So with the switch ability of Shanks crew, after that, now I actually didn't do that, but if as a recommendation, I highly would switch with Shanks crew. Oh, actually no, switching with Shanks crew actually is going to remove your orbs, so maybe that's not the best idea. Okay, well, just utilizing the Germa and the Shanks crew special. Sorry about the scuffs commentary. Utilizing the Shanks crew special as well as the Germa special, you have plenty of damage to take both of them out. Remember, the Germa is super effective against all types, so that last hit against Koala is very, very potent. On to the next stage against Morley. This is where things get... Well, this is where we can show off the true prowess of Luffy Sanji. Now, I have cut this video as we basically just stall on Morley to get through all the defensive effects. He has 5 turns of resilience, and he has 2 turns of threshold and defense up. Once the 2 turns of threshold and defense up go away, he actually brings it back for 5 turns, which is very, very annoying. But with the defensive prowess that this team possesses, we can easily just stall through that. He does attack every single 2 turns, or he does attack every 2 turns. But with the switch abilities of Luffy Sanji guaranteeing us meat orbs, we can easily stall out the 5 turns of threshold, the 5 turns of defense, and once it's gone, we can start doing damage to Morley just with our normal attacks. So it works very, very well. And you can just basically just stall back until you get all your specials, and then you can move on from this particular stage. Whenever he's attacking too, make sure that you are using the switch abilities of your Invinclay. That way you can actually get defense up and just tank a lot less damage. As you can see, I've been stalling for quite a while, and I've basically just got all of my specials back, which is very, very handy. So basically, once you get down to having all of your specials, and you've gotten Morley down to a nice, comfortable HP pool, make sure he doesn't take a knee as well, as if he does take a knee, you're going to be in for a bad time. He does like a massive 1 million death hit or something like that. But once you've basically got him down to a nice, comfortable level, you can switch with your Luffy and Sanji, and then you can actually use the Luffy Sanji special for the attack boost. And also, sorry, I'm just going to move this over a little bit. You can also get a full board orbs, which is very, very handy. As I mentioned, you really don't want to get Morley to take a knee, and he does give you a chain lock every single turn, which does restrict your damage quite a lot. So you do need to pop one of the Luffy Sanji specials to make sure that you can take him out. On the next stage against Bella Betty and 5 of her BFFLs, I guess we'll call them, they give us the attack down once again. So this is where we can use our Chopper special, but this time they give us 3 turns of paralysis. Now, if you don't have Chopper, you could bring someone that just removes the attack down and just switch with Luffy Sanji and Invinclay and not use that Luffy Sanji special on the turn before. But Chopper just makes this very, very easy, as he can not only remove the attack down, but he can also remove the paralysis. So with our switch abilities of Shanks crew and then getting some more matching orbs with Luffy and Sanji, we can basically just make sure that we take out all the girls around the outside. They don't have much HP, so they die pretty easily. And then you can just put your final shot into Bella Betty and do as much damage into her as possible. Every 2 turns, she will resummon those girls, so just be mindful of that if you are taking a few turns on Bella Betty. She does have an attack up as well, so that is something to note, as she will be hitting you fairly hard. But with this particular team, Shanks crew just providing that 1.5 times attack boost with your like minimum like 3.75 times captain all the time. It just works really, really well. The good thing about Luffy and Sanji is they do have quite a high captain multiplier for a dual unit. At max HP, of course, but that's very easy to do with this particular setup. On the next team stage against Lindbergh, he's going to bind your top, bottom right, and middle left, and paralyze your entire crew. What you can do is here, what I like to do is to switch with my Invinclay to remove one of the turns of paralysis first, get that damage reduction, and then you can switch with your Invinclay once again, use their special to remove the bind, and then switch with your Luffy Sanji to remove the paralysis. Now, after doing this, I realized that you could actually just switch with Invinclay, use the special, and then switch with your 2 Luffy Sanjis. That would actually remove all the paralysis as well, but I just like totally forgot about the amazing switch abilities of Luffy and Sanji until I actually got to this particular stage, part, after I removed the bind and despair. So you could definitely do that and then actually take him out in 2 turns rather than 3. But with Invinclay, they actually give healing as well, so taking that first shot really is not a big deal, as stalling back for your Luffy Sanji special isn't the worst idea either. I don't think it's essential, but it's definitely not a bad thing. So on that second turn, after we've removed all the nasty defects, switch with Shanks crew once again, attack like normal, and you just do so much damage with this particular team, even though we are running double dual unit as captain. So this team has like quite a nice balance of damage, tankiness, and healing. On the next stage against Corosso, we can actually just stall forever on this particular stage once again, as he gives us 2 turns of Gloom, but with the switch abilities of Luffy and Sanji, we can actually just easily remove that. And with the switch ability of Shanks crew, we can actually get a nice attack up as well. With the guaranteed meat orbs every single turn, we are healing for quite a bit, as well as having Sanji as our captain can heal us quite nicely too. If you need to, or like if you're just sort of stalling out and you're losing HP, you can always just pop the chopper special if you need. But with this team and their switch abilities of Im Clay and Luffy Sanji, you can just easily get enough meat orbs and like damage reduction to just stall for the amount of turns that you need. But while the threshold goes away every 2 turns, Kurosawa is actually going to remove the threshold, so this is where we can do most of our damage. But after that 3rd turn, he's actually going to put it back up and gloom us again. But it's really not that big of a deal, as we can just keep stalling out the threshold, and when it's not, the threshold isn't up, we can just try and do as much damage as we possibly can, take him down nice and smoothly. As you see there, I did skip forward to the part where I do want to take out Kurosawa. So once I got my 2 Luffy Sanji specials back, I decided to use one of my Luffy Sanjis, preferably in the Sai variation, to get the to get like the mono Sai going. Actually, I just realized we're not even using the liberal hind, so it doesn't matter. But then we can use our Shanks Crew special to give us a 3.5 times chain lock, and then just easily wipe out Kurosawa when we have that 2nd Luffy Sanji special back. On the final stage against Sabo Koala, that Brule support is not essential whatsoever. There are no supports on this particular team that are essential. None at all. Just stat boosters will work fine. On the final stage against Sabo and Koala, they actually give us block orbs. So what we can actually do here is use the special of Luffy Sanji to remove those block orbs into recovery orbs, and then we can use our Germa special once again to become captain and give ourselves a full board of T&D orbs, and that way we're actually super effective against all types with our Germa, and when we hit with them, they're going to hit ridiculously hard. If you guys don't have Germa though, you could easily replace Germa with V3 Law. I imagine V3 Law would work just as well here. But I really wanted to just showcase Germa and Luffy Sanji together. So there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt that like button. And if you are new to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lates!